Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Franklin and Douglas, where we talk about current events and give you bad advice. I'm Franklin, and with me, as always, is my buddy Douglas. Double D, how's it going?
Buddy, it's going great.
And give me the jazz hands.
Woo.
Thank you.
No high pitch today.
I see that. Would you tell me your jaw hurts?
Yes. I had my wisdom
That's an
teeth.
after
Oh, shut up.
after episodes discussion.
That's after dark. Douglas
Franklin and Douglas.
Yeah.
Franklin and Douglas after dark.
Well, it's Douglas and Franklin when it's after dark.
Ooh, daddy. Oh my God.
But yeah, I had my wisdom teeth taken out last weekend. And
yeah, because you just turned 12.
I know. Shut up. I had one taken out when I was much younger, but now, like, there was a cavity in the one, and they're like, you just need to take them all out. I'm like, cool, let's do it. And yeah, it sucked for a little while, but great drugs. I mean, 10 out of 10. But, now that it's been a week and like I've been talking more, it's like, meh.
Okay, good stuff.
How is that was basically my week. How was your week?
Okay. The week has been a little rough, but I pulled through it and ended it on a good note.
Oh.
Everyone say hello to Frankie.
Oh,
You see my baby? He's still sleepy, so this is little Frankie.
He's like, Mom, I'm not ready for the big times.
He's a sweet love. So yes, I finally got me a baby again. So I'm back on the mama duty. He was such a sweet boy. Definitely needed this weekend. But yeah, so Frankie's home and he is being such a love to me. He's gonna fall asleep right now though. Okay, while we do the show. So that's how that was my week. Like I say, a little rough start, but pulled through it, and we are ready to get started on some good information. You ready to get into the show today?
Yeah, and I just want to point out the correct date as recorded is on my calendar, so you can not
Thank
yell
you.
at
I
me.
appreciate I appreciate you doing that because it always throws me off.
I know. Well, speaking of being thrown off, what do you have for us this week?
Oh, so we're going to do a couple of topics. Okay. First and foremost, the shooting incident at the White House press dinner, which is called the White House Correspondents Dinner, because apparently even political elites can't have one peaceful night of overpriced chicken and fake laughter. Okay. And second, we're going to dip dive into the D4vd murder case that is heating up all over the internet. And if you guys remember, we covered this case, I think, what was it, episode 61 or so? We kind of, talked about it a little bit. Well, now it's a lot more information that is coming out. And so we're going to follow up on that as well. So buckle up. Tin foil hats are encouraged because there's a lot of conspiracy theories and a lot of, a lot of mess going around and everything. And obviously, our show is just fun and, just us chit chatting. And so we like to add a little spice where necessary. So this is going to be fun for you guys. All right.
That smoked paprika on life's turbulent times.
And some garlic salt. Okay, don't forget that. You gotta have some seasoning. All right.
Pinch of mustard too, just so you know. Makes cheese taste like cheese.
No.
What? Ooh, that's a whole nother episode.
You put raisins in your potato salad too, don't you?
You know what? You like my mac and cheese, so
that's potato salad. I said mac and cheese is something different. Yeah.
I just say it.
Okay. At any rate, squirrel, get back on track. All right. So let me get this straight. All right. The White House Correspondents Dinner, a room packed with politicians, celebrities, billionaires, journalists, and enough Secret Service agents to invade a small country, had a breach in security when a lone gunman, it's always a lone gunman, right?
Right. Not a whole group. Get a posse together, dude.
okay, ran through the hotel lobby, passing almost a half a dozen agents.
Mm.
Okay. So I'm supposed to believe that wasn't suspicious because if there's one thing America knows, it's true. Nothing says democracy like mysterious violence near rich people eating filet mignon.
Mm.
You know, that's not how you pronounce it, right? But that's how I like to pronounce it.
Just like you don't pronounce hors d'oeuvres as horse overs.
Horrors to over. Yeah.
Yes.
Now, naturally, conspiracy theories exploded faster than the Epstein security footage. All right. Everyone watching felt the whole thing was a hoax. Just another attempt by Dukiana. That's his new name on the internet too. I found it on I forgot what my guy's name. I'll post his name so
What?
that he gets credit for it.
Okay.
But I love it. He calls him Dukiana. So everyone watching felt the whole thing was a hoax, just another attempt for him to boost his ever fading presidency and, you know, distract American people from the real issues, the war, the Epstein files, you know, voter irregularities, and the list goes on.
Mhm.
Then there was everyone inside the event that either was hiding under tables
Right.
or just sitting at the table, still eating their food. People were seen taking expensive bottles of champagne and
Yes.
wine. That sounds like a party you and I go to.
Right.
Taking selfies while national security breach was happening.
Right.
All right. And they're just like, snap, snap, hey, girl, you know?
Yep.
Now, thankfully, no lives were lost. The president was not in immediate danger, but the comedy surrounding the event had everyone in stitches. Melania was hiding under a table. JD got snatched up by his coat lapels,
Mhm.
and Dukiana fell down while trying to run out. It was, I don't know if you saw that, but it was hilarious. Now, he just
Mhm.
said that they were telling him to get down, sir. No, he fell.
Right. Yeah,
And
no
it
one
was
was pushing him
hilarious.
down or anything. He just went whoop.
He just went down like a sack of potatoes and left Melania under the table.
Yeah.
Now, the one question is, how did this one man breach, you know, what should have been a secured event? There's video footage showing one of the officers actually letting him in. Now, again, you know, this is all speculation. But what I've seen is that they open a side door. There is an officer there with a dog, excuse me, a dog, and just kind of opens the door and the guy walks in and then starts bolting through everything with this high-powered rifle. All right. I don't
Mhm.
know. Did you see that?
No, I haven't actually.
Okay, I need you to get up on the news. All right.
I
'Cause,
listen,
yeah,
all I see is the clips of everyone hiding at the tables, Cash Patel being like, what? What?
okay, I know the head of the FBI not
Right.
doing anything,
Right.
right? So yeah, this guy runs through the security
Mhm.
and with the gun and everything. And the only reason he really didn't get far is because he stumbled. He fell. No, he didn't get shot. He was not killed.
Right.
He didn't get shot or anything like that. He fell. And that's when the officers jumped on him and, you know, subdued him. Why his clothes got taken off, I don't know.
I was gonna say,
But
when he hit the floor, did the shirt pop off?
just his shirt popped off, his pants came off, everything. So, you know,
Sounds like a
again,
Friday night.
right. So, you know, again, how does something like that happen
Mhm.
where, you know, again, the president of the United States, regardless of what we think of him, he is supposed to be the most secured person. You can't reach him. But this guy, one man, now it's been said that he was a guest in the hotel. He was walking around the hotel, just going into different places. Again, when there is an event where the president is you know supposed to attend,
Right.
security is supposed to be at the highest level. You can't get in anywhere. It is restricted. And this guy was just walking around like doo doo doo, you know, just checking everything out. He
Mhm.
came in with the guns, checked in, walked around, everything. And yeah, got that far to where he was running through security. And I'm again the Keystone Cops, because when he ran through, they all looked like what
Yeah.
what
Mhm.
fumbling for their guns to get them out. Some of them just like running away from the action. They were like, oh, heck no. They ran away. So again, that's why the public seeing this thinks, oh yeah, that's a hoax. Because,
Hmm.
you know, how is it the Secret Service or these cops are not more, on top of things, What
Well,
is that about?
and it's like you also had Trump, you had JD Vance, the vice president, you had the head of FBI, you had Keg's Breath, whatever his
All
name
of
is,
the leaders, all
everyone.
of the leaders of our country in one building.
Right.
And security was like me and you, checking at the door,
Right.
basically. It
Typical
was
hotel
like,
check-in kind of thing.
just the phantom pat down and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you have all the levels of succession to the presidency in one room.
Hmm.
And this guy gets through and it starts shooting up. And yet again, thankfully, no one was injured, and, we don't want anything, death to happen like
Right.
that,
Right.
even though, even though it might have solved some things. But again,
There may be
that's
some
just my
playlists ready to go.
right. That's just my opinion, people. I'm just saying. But again, that would send the country into turmoil. And because again, it's just too much that it would be going on.
Hmm.
But now the question is, how did this guy get in? And what are the next steps of what they plan on doing with him? So we just gotta, keep a lookout on that. But that to me was an absolutely hilarious watching. Again, I know people inside the event were like, people are saying it was a hoax and we were all terrified. But then when you see the news and you see some people just still sitting down,
Yeah.
eating their dinner,
Hmm.
having their drinks and taking selfies, and videoing
Hmm.
everything that's going on, that's where you're like, is this real?
Right.
you know?
Right.
Um, again, you have to be in that moment. I just look at it like, yeah, that seems just like him getting his ear shot off and the ear still looks the same. you know?
Whoa, that's conspiracy theory right there. Are you saying that was staged?
I mean, I know what blood and ketchup look like. And, for him to have that tampon on his ear and
uh,
then the next day, not there. I'm just saying.
Listen, he has really good health care. He can regrow his ear cartilage, you know?
Right? Well, like the $6 million man.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, we have the technology. All right. Boop, 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 boop. So yeah.
I mean,
But
shout
at any
out
rate,
to the woman that was grabbing the bottles of wine off the table.
my
She's my
girl,
hero. Yeah.
she was like, get that bottle, get that bottle. She
Right.
was collecting and putting stuff in her purse. She was out that door. She was like, this night is not going to end
Yeah.
with me sober.
She's like, party in my hotel room, room 103. Let's
Exact.
go.
Okay, we're heading on up to the after party.
Right.
Yeah, that was really crazy. And yeah, Cash Patel, all of them just on the ground looking so.
Right.
Yeah, that scares me to think that okay, you're the head of the FBI. You don't think you need to leap into action? I mean, I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a gun, but that's where you take control and are directing your people to secure. And another thing that I found interesting is that they snatched up JD before they even got the president.
Yes. Yes. They
You saw that, right?
Yes, I did. And I mean, a lot of people were just like, why would you pull him first? But again, that kind of plays in the whole like, was this all staged kind of thing.
Yeah, right. And I'm like, okay, they snatched him and it took him another 5 minutes to get Donald. you
And
know,
meanwhile, there's a photo like Melania's like, what is going on? And
what is
Don's just
going
like,
on?
like smirking.
Smirking because he's like, oh, wait for this, honey. I got something for you.
Right.
He's like, this is gonna be good. Okay. Now I'm gonna leave you under the table, but this is gonna be good.
Right.
And that's exactly what he did. He left her under the table.
Just like the night they met, allegedly.
Oh my God. But boom. No, I think she was on a pole. if that I was correct.
Allegedly.
Ooh,
It
allegedly,
was that
allegedly.
the Melania documentary?
Yeah, that's the Melania documentary, okay? Don't come for us, people, all right?
Oh no, it's gonna be one of those episodes, isn't it?
Now, let's jump into our second little adventure episode here. Now, the involving case of D for David. Do you remember when we talked about him? I think, like I said, back in, I think it was episode 60 or 61 or so.
Yeah.
We talked about an online sensation, that started off on TikTok and gained fame. And he was doing music, and people were just really like, wow, this is great and everything. And well, now fast forward, he's 21 years old. David Anthony Burke, known as D for David, is in custody in Los Angeles after being charged with the murder of a 14-year-old girl, Celeste Hernandez. Yes, 14. This case garnered significant attention due to the gruesome nature of the allegations involving a body dismemberment, the state of the car, of how she was in the car, and obviously the car was registered to him, and all the things that were done afterwards. And so he obviously has pleaded not guilty to all the charges and is being held without bail. But if he is found guilty, he could face life in prison, which he should, or the death penalty. Now, I vote for the death penalty. What about you?
Well, your boy brought back shooting ranges, so you may be able to get your 1920s justice back on.
I love it. I love it. When we discussed this episode back in episode 61, all the details had not emerged yet. Now there are more gruesome and horrifying, but I love that kind of stuff, than anyone could have ever suspected. Okay. D for David found early fame online as a teenager after sharing his home recorded tracks and went viral on the TikTok, pointing to a promising future in the music business. His rising star disappeared, though, when it was found out that he possibly was connected to the murder of this child. And yes, a child, 14 years old. Now, he was on tour when all of this started going on. And, when the information started coming out, the tour still ran, but then they were like, okay, we got to cut it because now you're being accused of actually killing this girl. So when I went on to the Hollywood Reporter, HollywoodReporter.com, they state that the district attorney's office has said that the evidence shows text messages with him and the young girl through their phone, where he allegedly started grooming her at 13. Ugh.
Insane.
And if you see the pictures of this little girl, and that's what she is, she's a child, a little girl. I know. I'm sorry. He was 18 years old, and they started a sexual relationship.
Ugh.
Now, supposedly, he killed her on, hold your chair and grab your wig, April 23rd of 2025.
What? Oh, no.
Yes. Not my birthday, okay? So there is a lot of, text messages and information saying that he, texted her to come over, and she was upset that he was seeing other girls again and was threatening to expose him. She also stated, in these text messages that she was possibly pregnant. That is scary as well.
Yeah.
So the case is shocking. It's sad because not only does it involve a child that was groomed at 13, I also want to kind of push back on the parents who really and truly allowed this to happen, because where were they? Right. Now, they allowed her to be with this young man. Now, supposedly she was reported missing by them. At that time they were saying, she was just a runaway. She's been in and out of trouble all the time. She's just so hard to manage, But then when they found out that the girl was dismembered in the back of a Tesla, we always have to let you know that it was a Tesla, she was the light of everyone's room, and she was a loving daughter. And again, this is what my feelings, people. This is just me. And again, grief is I definitely felt they're still their daughter. But again, where were you when she needed you? When
Yeah.
this 18-year-old, now 21-year-old man was grooming her, sexually assaulting her, now again, if she, was okay with it, that's fine. But she is still a child. She does not know. And that's how these predators get you,
Right.
right? They are able to groom you and do all these things. And you don't know. She's a child, a baby.
You're not
And
fully
so
mentally developed at that. Not until I think you're like
yeah,
19, 20, I think they say. So,
not until you're not 92, you're not
oh,
developed.
true that.
But it's like, again, she was not understanding everything that was going on. And so, but again, now the family is, she was a strong and beautiful girl who loved to sing and dance. She was, every night was movie night on Friday nights. Okay, but what happened to movie night Friday night when she was missing?
Right.
Or where was she when she went off with D for David? Where was she then? Where were you guys then? I'm sorry. That just boggles my mind. Okay. And then now with him, killing her and everything, tell me why he went out and purchased all this stuff on Amazon. Yes, Amazon. He- Chainsaws,
What?
bags for stuff, and just all this stuff that he purchased so that he can, do away with her.
Uh,
And
don't they know? Like, does he watch those shows? You go and you pay for cash, make sure your face is covered, you know.
right, don't
Mm,
ever, well, see, when you go to Home Depot, I think they said it's like a trigger when people are like getting garbage bags, twisty ties, rope, all that kind of stuff. It triggers something. So don't be going and doing all that stuff. All
True,
right.
true story. When I used to work at a grocery store in my youth, we were actually trained to see the items purchased that maybe used to make meth. So
Mm.
you did have to like watch out for they were buying like Sudafed plus a trash can plus like a rubber hose kind of thing. And I'm like, that sounds
Not a rubber
again,
hose.
that sounds like a weekend to me. Like you're making meth,
Right.
but
Right.
but you're
Right.
absolutely right. Like stores are trained in how to like kind of pinpoint this stuff out too.
Yeah, to spot the up and coming serial killer
Yeah. Or meth maker.
or meth maker or whatever it may be. So again, both of these tragedies reveal something bigger than the individual incident.
Mhm.
They expose a society under pressure, a culture, a culture,
Ors
a
overs.
culture, hold on, a culture increasingly shaped by division, obsession, and instability.
Ooh.
And while they differ between each other, the warning signs are still similar.
Mm.
Well, we need to examine that. It's political hostility, digital exploitation, public safety, mental health, media responsibility. Again, we're reporting this. We're, putting our own spin on it. What's our responsibility to the public to provide the information? Because when violence becomes normalized in government or entertainment, we all pay the price. So whether it's chaos in the White House or internet murders mystery, America collectively decided every tragedy is somehow connected to a secret underground bunker.
Mm.
Okay, you like that?
I feel like we're doing our like bulletin board with all the red strings in that right now. Like,
I love
ooh,
that
I
kind of
love
stuff.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But just remember, people, in this country, the line between breaking news and a South Park episode gets thinner every single day.
Mm.
And that,
Mr. Hanky. Sorry.
yeah, and that is, Mr. Hanky was the poo, right? Or
Yes.
was he okay.
Mario.
And so that's what I have for you today. Again, these are all of my opinion information. I did collect a lot of stuff from the news outlets and kind of just, put my spin on it. But
Mm.
either way, it's all very cray cray. Now, again, shout out to everybody who was at the event, and I hope you all are are okay, call us and let us know if you would like to chit chat.
Absolutely. Our phone lines are open.
Okay. Now that, yeah. So, and then the D for David case, I'm pretty sure, I hope, will be, televised, the court hearings and everything. I hope it'll be televised. And if it is, you know who will be there. Franklin and Douglas, right there with ever, all the news for you.
In the front row with our pads of paper and pencils, taking all the
hmm
notes.
Making the stick figures, like you know how they always do
Yes.
those drawings.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Oh my goodness.
So on that note, what kind of advice would you have for people?
Well, as always, we want to remind our audience that we are not trained professionals and our advice should not be taken seriously. But what qualifications do we have, Franklin?
Well, we survived the Castros 2 for 1 night without getting kidnapped by that assassin who was on his way to the press event and decided to let us off
Because he tripped.
because he tripped and hit the curb. We are able to lead you through life's challenges. Hit me with it.
Smack. So today
Bam.
we are pulling our questions from Reddit's Am I the Asshole category.
Yes, you are.
You know what? I'll take it instead of being one of these other stories we talked about today.
Okay.
But if you have a question you want us to answer, feel free to let us know through DM, social media posts. I don't know, like a billboard, while I'm driving down the 101 and I look up like, oh, question for us. Got it.
On that note, a couple of friends reached out, and our episode from last week about what was that? The butt itching or
Yes.
the poo.
The pooping and the
They
skin disease.
Yeah, they were telling me, they was like, oh my God, now that's all I see. Thanks to Franklin and Douglas.
Yeah.
And I forgot to put that link in our for my poo, fiber poo. So I'll make sure that we get that in there this week for you guys to know, because they were asking about that too.
Yes,
So,
please send it.
yes.
Give
So
me
go
the
ahead.
link about your poo, please.
Yeah, the poo link. All right, get into it.
So first off, what I have is, am I the asshole for calling my friend desperate after leaving her by herself? So they go
I
on.
mean, again, sounds like a real life episode here. So
Yeah. And you were probably the one that left me, and I was probably crying, and you're like,
here we go.
Get your shit together.
Crying your mac and cheese.
Right. Oh my goodness. We need to do like an episode where we just tell stories of our youth. So first thing I have is, a 20-year-old female, used to date this guy, Connor, 25.
Oh, Connor.
Connor and I met through some mutual friends and dated for around 7 or 8 months. He broke up with me and immediately moved on with one of my best friends, Millie, who's 28.
Tramp.
Yeah, cougar.
That wasn't your friend either.
Well, we're gonna find out. So
okay, here we go.
It was hard to watch, and it strained my relationship with Millie for a while. She constantly reminded me that they were dating, and at the time it was hurtful. However, during that time, I met my current boyfriend, Matt, who's 21. After Matt, the comments stopped meaning anything, and I was able to fully accept things. My feelings for Connor disappeared, and eventually I was able to fully move on and be happy. I mended my relationship with Millie as well, and I now live with Matt after about a year together. Right? Oh, sounds good so far, right?
Love. Okay.
I wasn't able to introduce him to everyone, but I got around to it a few months ago. The moment I introduced Matt, Millie began making the weirdest comments. Things like, ooh, original post. So she says OP, which is the person who's writing the story. So, ooh, OP, you and I have very similar tastes. And be nice to him, or I might just have to take this one from you too.
No, she didn't. No, she did not. No, she did not. Wow.
It was super uncomfortable for both me and Matt. So I texted her after to let her know that the comments weren't appreciated or appropriate. She told our mutual friends about it, and it was split between her being wrong and them telling me I was overreacting. She eventually apologized, but the jokes continued, just more subtle. It was easy to brush them off. I hate when these friends that they have are all like,
They're not,
making,
that don't
yeah,
classify them as friends. They are not friends,
right.
because that girl should have been smacked in her face for saying some crap like that.
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
So she, which is Millie, called me a few days ago begging us to come over. Apparently, Connor had dumped her and she was having a mental breakdown in their apartment.
Good. Good.
We showed up, saw the place was a mess, and told her to shower while we straightened up and ordered dinner. She calls for help from the shower. I go to help her, and she's in her robe with it fully open, laying on the floor with her legs spread open.
Yeah. Can you go get Matt to come pick me up?
Yeah.
That's exactly what she's saying.
Ooh,
Oh,
just full
yeah,
roast beef sandwich hanging out.
not the roast beef.
The second she sees me, she closes her robe and stands up like nothing happened. I didn't know what to think, but as the night went on, it just got to be a lot. She wouldn't get dressed out of her robe and kept almost exposing herself. It got a little late and she suggested I go home. I asked her if she was okay with this, and she said yes. So I began to pack up with Matt. She asked if Matt could stay with her.
Are you kidding me right now?
Right.
Are you kidding? Is this real life?
Right. And I told
You don't even know him.
right. We know Millie.
Oh my God.
And I told her she felt that unsafe alone. She should come home with us. She restated that she just needed Matt, and I snapped. I called her a desperate little bitch and left shortly after with Matt. She was
good.
Right? Grab your man and go, girl.
Go. Yes.
She was crying when we left, but I didn't care anymore. She kept calling us, but we refused to go back. Yesterday, we found out that she had a full meltdown after we left and didn't show up to work for 5 days. Her sister came to check on her and found the house an absolute mess. Millie told them we left her alone after she begged us to stay. I told our friends my side, and most of them are saying I did the right thing, but her sister and some of our other friends are saying that I'm an asshole for leaving her alone when she was clearly in a crisis. Honestly, I'm beginning to think I should have just sucked it up and held my tongue. Am I the asshole?
No, you're not. You're the hero, if anything. Okay. Millie is an absolute fucking bitch. All right. And really, you can go, but leave Matt here. What the hell is that?
Right.
Who says that? You know? Yeah, and those so-called friends are not friends, because they should see the handwriting on the wall. They should see that Millie is, you know, I bet you they wouldn't be leaving their man around her.
Right. Right.
Wow. Good for her. Yeah, Millie, you can go somewhere with all that. That's ridiculous.
Well,
Her roast beef all out.
her Arby's 2 for 1.
Yeah.
I mean, and they're all in their early 20s, and she's the one in late 20s. Like, seriously, Millie?
Yeah, that's right. You were saying that she was like 28 or something like that.
Yeah.
But again, you know, like it's not old, but yeah, for them, they're 21,
right,
22. Yeah, they're old.
When you're that age, that is old. 28, almost 30. So
exactly. My gosh. Oh my God. Well, hopefully her and Matt are doing much better now.
I mean, this reminds me of the time that I brought over my boyfriend to your house, and you were just like, oh, can someone help me in the kitchen? I dropped a gallon of milk. And so I went in, and you were just full chest exposed. You're like, oh, oh, not you. I didn't
want you.
I wanted Julio in here. I'm like, whatever.
Oh, Julio. Oh, Julio.
But yeah, I agree. Like I said, it's kind of weird. She's older than all of them. Again, same 10-year area, but
Right.
it feels like Millie's got some issues of jealousy against the original poster. So
And Millie needs to grow up is what she needs to do. She's
mhm.
28 years old. Start acting like it. So
All right.
goodness gracious.
So the next one I have here is, would I be the asshole for telling a coworker to stop trauma dumping on me?
It's trauma dumping.
Oh, you're gonna find out.
Okay.
So I, a 32-year-old female, have a new coworker of about 3 weeks. We'll call her Kate, late 40s, early 50s. I just recently had an autism tone-based miscommunication with another coworker, so I really want to know if I'll be out of line for this.
Autism
Yeah,
tone.
autism tone-based miscommunication. That's a lot of words.
Oh, never heard of that before, but okay.
But the person writing this has some form of autism.
Don't we all?
I feel it, trust me.
Okay.
So she goes to say, I worked the night shift at a hotel, working at the front desk. Kate was hired to work breakfast. The first day I met her, the usual.
I'm sorry. Breakfast or breakfast?
I said breakfast.
Sound like you said breakfast.
Listen, I'm missing teeth. My mouth is swollen. I don't know what you want me to do.
Breakfast. Okay,
Breakfast.
go ahead.
Yeah, that's how we say it in Ohio.
Yes, that's how you say it. Okay.
Kate was hired to work break fast. First day I met her, the usual breakfast person sent me a text ahead of time
Oh
that
my
she would
God.
be late and if I could please show Kate around the kitchen while we wait. I'm cross
Somebody always late. Gosh,
always.
late. And we got to pick up the slack.
Especially in a hotel, man. Those people want their little bowls of cereal or their, crank turn pancakes.
Oranges and everything. Yeah.
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 So I'm cross-trained on breakfast for emergencies. I probably said breakfast again. So, so when Kate arrived, I introduced myself, told her the situation, and started showing her the equipment. I had spoken to this woman for maybe 2 minutes total, and then she just completely unprompted told me about the deaths of her husband and child. I was completely caught off guard, and I had really nothing to say aside from, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. That's awful." She then
Yeah.
continued to tell me more details about her losses when the usual breakfast person arrived, and my autistic ass was able to escape.
Not the autistic ass.
So as breakfast overlaps with the last couple of hours of night shift, I've seen Kate many times, and every time she opens with telling me everything that's ever gone wrong in her life. First,
Aw.
recent grievances, then she'll get into deeper trauma if I let her continue talking. It's exhausting. There was one day when I was asked to help out with laundry, and I deliberately left it for late in my shift so I could essentially hide in the laundry room and make myself unavailable. I mean, I've
you
done that.
There you go.
Twice,
you go.
Kate tracked me down in there. First, to complain that she had to make scrambled eggs instead of fried. And second, to give me a play-by-play of how she was almost late because her alarm didn't go off, but thankfully her roommate had such a loud alarm that it woke her up anyway. I mean, exhausting.
Exhausting. Poor thing. That's because her husband and child are gone. So doesn't have anybody to tell all this stuff to. And she probably had to go back to work because he didn't leave her anything in the will, no insurance.
Okay, and then off topic, but she's complaining about not being able to do fried eggs and do scrambled. Bro, if you're making a large batch, I'd rather make scrambled than fried eggs. Making a bunch of fried eggs sounds like a pain in the ass.
Maybe somebody asked for fried eggs because you have to, that little sunny side up, fried it a little bit and flip it.
Anyways, yesterday was particularly frustrating. I have a brand new tutu, but oh my God, what was that? Tutu.
Keep that.
Yesterday,
Pours over.
Yesterday was particularly frustrating. I have a brand new tattoo, like still healing new, It's brightly colored, large, and very visible on my arm. Kate noticed it right away and asked, "Is that a new tattoo?" Ooh.
Ooh.
And I excitedly said, "Yeah, it's for my D&D character." And she cut me off and was like, "Well, you don't need to guess the meaning of my tattoos." And shows me a semicolon and proceeds to tell me about the deaths within her family for probably the fifth or sixth time. I was not able to escape quickly, and somehow we managed to also get on the recent expiration of some old felony misdemeanor charges she had, and how she can now apply to another job because of it. I mean,
Oh.
just putting all the dirt out there.
Yeah, she just needs a friend. That's all it was. And she thought that this young lady was somebody who could, help her. And nope, she found the wrong one.
Right. And her autistic ass, and her words.
Okay.
I've never heard Kate say one single word to me that was not a complaint or a trauma dump. I'm so tired. Reminder, I don't know this woman. I want to tell her to stop and phrase it like, "Hey, Kate, I'm truly sorry that you've had so much tragedy in your life, but I do not have the tools to help you through it, and we do not have that kind of relationship. You should really talk to a therapist about it, not me." Would I be the asshole if I said that?
I mean, sort of, kind of, but she could put it a little bit nicer that, yeah, again, maybe you should seek professional help. I mean, at this point in time, you've got a lot going on in your life, and I think you need professional help. I'm glad that you feel comfortable sharing with me,
Mm.
but I can't help you with my autistic ass.
Right.
I can't help you. And so, you need to get, somebody that can help you. But yeah, I'd run and hide as well. I've
Mm.
got associates like that. I mean, damn, your life is that bad?
Yes.
Every single day something's going on? Oh my God. It's crazy.
Exhausting.
It is exhausting. It's exhausting, yeah.
Mm. I run into this problem a lot. I don't know if it's a problem, but I'm very good at listening to people and letting people talk at me and do their thing. And I think people then start telling me a little too much of what's going on in their lives. And then next thing I know, I know about their hemorrhoids and that
Ooh.
that thing that looks like a ringworm on their crotch that may not be a ringworm, if you know what I mean. So
Oh gosh.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think it's a point where it's just like I don't want to hear any more about the STDs you got going on, but you don't want to tell
Exactly.
them that because it's like obviously this person needs someone to talk to, and they probably don't have people
Right.
to talk to, or they get off on telling everyone about
That could be it
everything.
too, so that they can just feel, what is it? When people do that, they just want attention
Yeah,
or
like
something,
narcissism kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that could be it as well too. But
Mm.
either way, tell her to go get some help,
Yes.
professional help.
We need to get sponsored by BetterHelp, that therapy thing,
Oh
make it
yeah,
work,
huh.
make it happen.
Make it happen. I will. All right.
All right.
Get a hold of him at my next session.
Right. All right. Well, that's all that I had for this week.
And that's enough. Thank you so very much. Yeah, thank you so very much. It's like I say, it's been great. Hearing all the responses and people reaching out to me that watch our show, friends who say, "Hey, you guys, that was great. Thank you for that information," or "You guys are so fun to watch." So again, just two friends, chit chatting, hanging out, not doing anything, mind blowing. We're not saving the world here, people.
But yeah, like just like Franklin said, thank you everyone for the comments, the likes, the shares. Greatly appreciate it. And can we get one more peek at little Frankie before we go?
Yes. Say bye-bye, Frankie.
Oh my God, so cute. Oh, adorable.
Bye-bye.
Well, on that note, bye.
Bye.